2 million plus users whiz or walk on the Minuteman Bikeway each year. So much that some, like Charles Saunier, seen taking a break here at a cafe, are staying off at peak times.
It gets more and more crowded. People are getting faster and faster. Everybody always seems to be in a hurry. It's supposed to be for everybody. Even though it's called a bike path, I think it's supposed to be for everybody's enjoyment.
Well, I think it's safe to say it's a victim of its own success.
Christopher Tonkin is a seasoned commuter on the Minuteman Bikeway in Arlington, and as chair of the Bicycle Advisory Committee there, has seen an increase in travelers firsthand.
The amount of usage has just gone up dramatically. The other day there was like, in one 15-minute period in the morning, there were 71 cyclists went by. If everybody, one of those people, got in a car and drove to Alewife or even drove to Cambridge, just think how much more traffic that would be on the roads. And you're complaining about it being clogged as it is. It would just be a lot worse.
Its soaring popularity as a commuter way ironic, since the town had to originally convince the state that a bikeway was a mode of transportation. The state ultimately paying to convert the former railroad in 1993. This video from then counts 100 cyclists parking at the MBTA Alewife station. Mass DOT tells APN there are 400 parked today.
As you can see, there are a lot of bikes here in the public racks, and there are bikes on the street signs because people ran out of room. And then there are the more secure bike racks for the people who are really serious bike commuters. But then there's just me, and I never get here in time to put my bike on an empty rack.
A review of non-scientific data collected by the Boston Region Metropolitan Planning Organization shows a weekday evening in September of 1993 with 110 cyclists. The same month and time in 2014 shows 228 cyclists and nearly 100 other types of users. But it's not just commuters. An all-day count during a nice Saturday in September of 2014 shows 2,194 cyclists and 1,593 other users, ranging from families with strollers to skaters, and even one person in a wheelchair. The increase has caused the town to look for state money to deal with the literal intersecting of all these users with cars, where the bike path crosses over roadways. $1.5 million for new traffic signals and a bicycle-only crossing at Mass Ave and Pleasant Street, and a special hawk sensor light as the bike path crosses over Mass Ave at Swan Place. And now, a plan for the crossing at Lake Street.
I think the Arlington Center project was really driven by safety. The Lake Street is driven more by trying to do something about the congestion on Lake Street. We're going to apply to MassDOT for funding under a program called Complete Streets. When streets are being designed, they should be designed to suit all the users, not just the cars.
And town planners aren't just looking at it as bicyclists versus cars, but seeing how at Lake Street anyway, all types of users of the bike path can travel together.
You know, when you have a bicyclist who's going at one speed or a pedestrian that's going at another speed and you get to a particular intersection, how can we best accommodate different speeds, different users, different types of equipment?
But all this growth, not a headache for businesses, especially the bike stop with its prime spot right on the bike path behind Dudley Street. This bike stop was really one of the first businesses to cater to the bike path. It used to be a place where you could just sit down while you had your tire fixed and enjoy an ice cream or a candy bar.
We were more of almost like a rest area, I would say. People have really taken to riding bicycles, especially on the bike path, as a mode of transportation. It makes it even easier for people to use the bike path when they know that, you know, there's a bike shop here that's going to help make, you know, riding their bicycles easier and more fun.
And there's other stops along the way to Patron, Trader Joe's and Starbucks in the Heights, and in the East, after several previous incarnations, this appropriately named Kickstand Cafe is picking off travelers as they cross by.
It's a ready source of hungry and thirsty and tired people. I mean, what more could you want outside the front door of your cafe?
And with that front door view, co-owner Emily Shea hopes the Bikeway customers keep coming, not only for food, but for gathering with one another.
As it's evolved, it strikes me as like really special, and I think people now are craved for community. People actually come here and talk to each other.
All because of a multi-use bikeway, referred to as a linear park and main street of sorts, one that many like Christopher Tonkin think is a big boon to Arlington.
Well, there's been great changes in Arlington since I came here in 1987, and one of the best The best, I think, is the bikeway. It's a great facility to have, and I think it's something that we need to celebrate.
Brenda Mahoney, Arlington Public News.